Right, episode 1 of the shaving series. Now, as I said, if you saw my last video, I learnt to wet shave about 35 years ago. My dad taught me, and he taught me with one of these, an old-fashioned safety razor. It's a 120-year-old technology, but I believe it is still the best shave you will have. Now, since my last video, a lot of people have commented that they use a cutthroat razor, which is the old-fashioned barber's razor. I am adventurous, but I'm not quite there yet. Maybe one day I will venture to a straight razor. But for now, I'm sticking with a classic safety razor. I feel that this is more where I am at the moment. So what we need, and I'm going to take you right from the start, right from preparing the razor, inserting the blade, the equipment you're going to need, and so on. So first thing you're going to need is the actual razor itself. You can get these if you go to jonathanfarley.co.uk, link in my bio. There's a series of links to Amazon products, and everything you need that I feature here is on there. This is a once in a lifetime investment. When you see how robust it is and how simple it is, you don't imagine you're ever going to need to replace that. So it's probably worth getting a decent one at the start. So the razor itself, a decent shaving brush, that's natural bristle, and the pot with your shaving soap in. And again, you can use standard soap. You can use ordinary soap. I'm using shaving soap. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's probably going to work out better. There's a pack of 100 razor blades that you can insert into this. And with that, they send you this. It's not a book of matches. It looks like a book of matches, but these are styptic pencils. These are match-like things that you take out, wet, and there's aluminium sulfate. And if you nick yourself, if you cut yourself while you're shaving, that just helps to stem the bleeding. So they'll send you that for free with the pack of razor blades, and a nice clean towel, clean fluffy towel to end it. So start off. You take your blade. It comes in 3 sections. You've got the handle, which just unscrews like that, and then the head. The head comes in 2 parts, like that. That's all it is. Now, you take your pack of razor blades, and each one, now this is where you have to be really, really careful. Talk about razor sharp. These are literally as sharp as it gets. So please be really careful with the blades themselves, because you will, if you're not careful, you will cut yourself. So they just unfold. Keep your fingers and thumbs on the flat sides. Try and show you as delicately as possible. And then simply pop that onto the spindle in the middle. And then, as you see, the blade itself has these 3 indentations. The razor head has the same 3 indentations. You just match them up. The head itself has a natural curve to it, and that always fits in. It goes in either way around, it doesn't matter. And then it screws back on like that. Easy. And don't over tighten. There's no benefit to over tightening that. It just screws on, and when it's firm, it's firm. And you will see from the side, the razor, you can't see on here, but the razor just pops out ever so slightly. So that's the blade installed. Now, preparing your skin. When I first learned to shave, shaving oil wasn't a thing. I've ordered some, it will arrive. I'm going to do a shave without oil and then one with, and see what the difference is. So when that arrives, I'll do another one and compare. Now, I would normally use just 1 sink of hot water. But for this, I'm going to use two bowls, and it's nice and warm. It's nice, warm to hot water. The reason it's hot water is you prepare the face first, and it opens up the pores. It softens the skin, and it softens the bristle. If you've ever been for a barber's shop shave where they put a hot flannel on your face, it's the same idea. Wet, hot flannel prepares the skin, prepares the bristle, softens everything up, opens the pores, makes your skin and the bristle ready for shaving. I'm going to wet my face. Then just wet the brush and rub it into the soap, and you'll get a lather just in a few seconds. The other thing about this, of course, is there's 0 waste, because you're never throwing anything away. The soap just dries again back in the dish and is ready to be used the next time. Now, I always start, I say always, I've not done this for a long, long time, but when I did, start from the chin, go out in circular motions, cover right down the throat, Up the other side. And cover the whole face. Now, there are 3 ways to shave. You can shave with the grain. Your hair will naturally grow down the face, by and large. There's bits on the throat that grow across and so on. So you need to learn where the natural grain of your hair growth is. But you can shave with the grain, across the grain, and against the grain. I'm going to show you all 3 today for the smoothest shave. A daily shave, you might just prefer to go down and shave once, and that's it. That's absolutely fine. That'll do. But if you want the absolute closest shave, then doing it 3 times will do. But you'll learn for yourself what works for you. So again, after every section, just rinse the blade off. And it's a two-sided blade, so you can use both sides when you're shaving. Cup of the cheek and down. Now, I'm using just the weight of the razor itself. You're not pressing on, you're not scratching, you're not scraping, it just... And the Adam's apple is usually where I nick myself, if ever. Now try to keep the skin as tight as you can. Now, after your first pass, I like to wet my hand, and you can see if you've missed any bits, how close it's got. As I say, you might just want to leave it like that, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to second soap, which is do the whole process again, but this time go across the grain. For me, a big part of the joy of a wet shave is getting it really close. So, first time we went down, now we're going to go across. Spin it around, use it the side. Oops, I think we have a nick. Now that's perfectly acceptable as a shave. But for the sake of the demonstration, I'm going to do one more and go against the grain. Now, the reason people say you shouldn't go against the grain is that you might get ingrown hairs because you're cutting too close to the skin. Although there's other things that you might get, sensitivity, you might get, because you've shaved the same patch of skin 3 times, you might get a more prone to rash, to skin rashing, but you'll learn for yourself. There's no right or wrong. You'll learn for yourself what's right for you. I'm obviously quite out of practice. Cut my face to ribbons, but it's my first proper go at it in a long time. But it's a good demonstration in a second of the styptic pencil. That's the shaving done. I'm going to rinse my face. Some people will just simply wipe the soap from their face. They'll take the towel and wipe any excess soap from the face. I can't do that. My skin is quite sensitive to soap, and if I leave soap on, it will dry and it will irritate me. So I have to wash the skin. But I like that. I like that as part of the smoothness. I mean, the smoothness there is just sensational. It's brilliant. So what I'm going to do is take the little Matchbox styptic pencil and wet it. So to finish off, I'm going to use some Balmain's Skin Salvation. Now this has beeswax and moisturizers. Now there are nicks, there are little cuts, but over time you get used to the razor, your skin gets used to being wet shaved, your technique improves, and that only lasts for the first couple of shaves. I'm going to carry on, use different products. It will depend on your own skin, exactly how it works for you and exactly what your reaction is to it, how often you will need